I've pressed the record button. Yeah, it is. Recording in progress.
Hello, hello.
Welcome to Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina. Now I'm
Hold
Michael.
on. I've done something weird here because it hasn't shown me on this screen once. It's just showing Michael, so I'm going to have to click on this
I
somewhere.
mean,
I
give
don't
them what
know.
they
There we
want.
go. We're going to. I've got no
Joking.
eyebrows right now.
That's maybe
Everybody's
why
in
they
love
didn't
with
think.
my alien face. Thank you.
They're like, no
Everybody's
face
in
detected.
love with this alien face. Literally, the camera. We had a photo shoot on Friday, which is why I shaved them off, and the camera kept going. Can't can't find a face here.
Oh my gosh. That's sick.
Okay. Anyway, welcome to Stage Door with Michael.
And Divina, I'm Michael.
And I'm Divina, and we're going to be meeting lots of exciting and interesting people from across the theatrical world.
Yes, we are going to stage doors to meet all of your favorite theatre stars.
Oh, yes, and we're going to get all the news and gossip from what's happening in the theatre world and with them to try and get to know what it is that got them where they are and what makes them tick.
Yes, today we are very lucky to be joined by a star of the tiger that came to tea nationwide, singer, actor, dancer, and model Aaron Andrews.
Woo, woo,
Hello.
Thank you for
Big
woo!
joining
mouthful
us.
there. That was like a tongue twister for you there,
I
wasn't it,
know.
Michael?
I always want to add something like singer, actor, dancer, model, magician. And then I'm like, oh no, not everyone. You can add that to your CV.
Maybe I need to go do a course and get some magic on my
Yeah.
CV or something.
So, Aaron, how are you and where are you right now?
I am good. So I'm losing. I've had new AirPods. I've definitely got the wrong bud size in my ears. Um,
Oh,
I'm currently in London, which is nice. It's been a while. Just at home in London. So yeah, I live Southwest London, and go back on tour tomorrow.
I
Oh,
love
cool. Do you
that.
get much time off
Where?
between?
No, because this is a children's show, so we move a lot. So like in the next 3 months, it's like 38 venues. Um,
Wow.
yeah, across the whole tour, it's probably been over 100. Um,
Gosh.
so yeah, busy, busy, busy. Lots of trains. Um,
Wowee.
yeah, busy, busy time, but amazing time. Nice. I feel like I'm just scouting out where I want to move to next. It's like I just go around and being like, oh, could I live here? Maybe, maybe not.
Where do you like so far?
I loved Manchester,
Okay.
Yeah,
and
fair.
Bristol. Bristol was stunning.
Also fair. Both cities
Yeah.
with a really great vibe. Both cities have got a great vibe.
For
And
sure.
we worked together on Adult Panto a million years ago,
Yes.
which is of course a very different show to the one that you're currently doing. So
Yes.
tell the listeners how you got into the world of performing, and was it something that you always loved when you were growing up?
So for me, it was actually a really late blooming thing. I probably got into it when I was like 16, 17. I had a family friend called Rebecca, who did it her whole life. She's worked in industry. And I used to go and watch all her shows, and I was like, God, these people have confidence. Um, and it kind of then stems from that. But I was like, I need a bit of that in my life. Um, and auditioned for a sixth form course at the time. Kind of was like, yeah, I can't do anything, but I work really hard. And somehow here I am. This is how I make my money and pay my bills. But I always was a theatre fan. I always used to go watch a lot of stuff. Um, and then went off, did the drama school malarkey, and then yeah, been in industry now for about 5 years. So I graduated just come at 5 years this summer.
And when you were growing up, where were you based?
I was based in Milton Keynes, which is the land of like roundabouts and concrete cows. That's about it, really.
Yeah,
There's not much
milk
else
and
to it.
beans.
Milk and
Milk and
beans, yeah.
beans.
You must have been to. You both must have
So,
done Milton Keynes on a tour at some point.
yeah, more than
Yeah.
a few times. I've always enjoyed Milton Keynes, and I've always liked the people that I've met from Milton Keynes. I've always had a very nice time with them.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
like
know
new
whether,
city vibes.
yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's that, and being kind of close to London, but not London.
Yes.
So you're a bit like, yeah, we're not London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
But
can't
honestly,
get above our station. We're just normal folk here. We do
yeah.
normal folk stuff.
Yeah, that's about right. It sounds about right. Everyone's like there on the morning trying to get the train in. It's like cattle market.
Yeah.
So if you obviously didn't maybe necessarily grow up thinking this is what I'm going to do. Was there a moment, what was it that made you go, actually, this is going to be my career? Was there a certain show that you did or a certain moment in time that you thought, actually, this could be a full-time career?
I remember going to see Wicked, which was touring in Milton Keynes at the time, and I was just like, "That's insane." And kind of then seeing the childhood friend kind of go through it. She's a little bit older than me, and seeing the like things and the experiences that she was going through and the people she was meeting and like kind of how much fun she was having. I was like, I just need that in my life. And then it's when I went to
What were you doing
arts.
at the time? Sorry. What were you doing to like earn money other than
No, I was a
performing?
kid. I
Oh,
was
just
like,
young. Oh,
yeah, I
okay.
was young. Um,
It's in my GCSEs, Michael. Shut up.
I was
Getting the bus
down
to
the
school,
pit, getting the coal out from the chimney stacks.
watching TV, and probably doing some revision. I don't know back
Yeah.
then. Um,
Sorry.
but I think that's actually part of it is that I hadn't, as a young kid growing up, I hadn't had a hobby. I didn't have like a sport or an interest. And then it's when I kind of started this, and it was like, okay, like if you want to do this, here's the long list of things you need to go and work on. And then I was like, okay, cool, let's go. Um, and that kind of then consumed me for a good like 4 or 5 years. Um, And then when you started learning about all the different opportunities out there and different parts of the industry, that's kind of then what led me on that track.
Mm.
I love that.
Um,
I'm sort of wondering how you first, what was the first experience of going to the theatre that kind of sets you on that path? You know,
yeah, I,
before, how do you, because that's not everybody feels like they can go to the theatre, do you know what I mean? For some people it's like, oh no, I don't go there, that's not for me. I go to the cinema or I go to bowling, but theatre is for posh people or something.
yeah, I think it was for me. It was I just loved hearing about different stories, and there's so much theatre's so varied. I feel like there actually is something for everyone. If it's a jukebox, if it's a contemporary play, things like that. Um, so yeah, I just started going to see things, and I was like, wow, you people literally tell stories, and I was like, and they get paid to do that. Um, that's kind of cool. And as someone who wasn't very like communicative, couldn't really chat, didn't really know what he wanted to do, then I was like, I feel like that's something that it gave me something to focus on. Um, and then as I was training at Arts One, it was like I started to get meet loads of friends, meet loads of people, big social circle, which I didn't really have growing up. And I was like, oh, this is where I kind of like found my people. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Yeah.
Um, and
That's
just
quite
get a
grown up
bit.
of you, I feel, to know, to sort of find in yourself of like, look, I'm actually not a hugely confident person. I think if I put myself out there, I could be like that. I think that's quite good of you to do. I don't think many people are like that.
No, but I think when you're young as well, you try and find yourself somewhere and you look for yourself and representation in like the people you hang around with or media. And that I couldn't find that, but I was like, but that's it just seemed like a nice community of people and it seemed like something
Right.
that was meaningful. And I was like, yeah, that's what I want. Um, I'm a Capricorn and I feel like Capricorn people are just very like they always think ahead. It's like little businessmen. Do you know what I mean? So I think like even as a
Yeah.
kid, like I was there with a piggy bank, like counting my pennies, being like, what can I do with this? Like my mum was like, just go to the shop. And it was like, no, I'm going to invest. And it was like, in what? And I was like, I was
Tesla.
always that kid. Yeah, I was
Stocks and
always
shares
that
in
kid.
Tesla.
Should have.
No,
Yeah.
you've worked in so many different areas in the industry as well. Like you've done musicals and pantos and plays and modeling and so is there a bit of the industry that you prefer to work in? You know, a bit that you find the most joyful.
I'm going to say no. And I like the variety. Like that's what I like is the fact that I have the freedom to do so much and not do the same thing. I have really found the love for children's theatre just because it's just silly and goofy and playful. And some of the industry is so bitchy and it's so like it's relentless out there. And I just feel like the Circle of Kids Theatre is just like it's nice, it's friendly, it's daytime shows, it's you can do that and have a life outside of it. Um, and it's just I go to work and basically goof around and get paid and then go home.
I love that. Well, so
Yeah.
tell us then about the Tiger Came to Tea. You're obviously in at the moment. So tell us about that.
So Ty Kim's Tea is a very well-known children's book, written by Judith Kerr, and it was adapted. God, I think it's about 20 years ago. The show's
Oh,
been running. Um, so that was adapted by a gentleman called David Wood, who is 82 and still directs
Oh,
this play. 82. He's insane. He's written like over 60 plays in his time. He's got an OBE, and he still works on Tiger. He adapted Goodnight, Mr. Tom. He brought that to stage. Um, and it's a 55-minute show for children's age about 3 to 5. And for them, it's like their first introduction to theatre.
yeah.
Um, so I guess in some sense, my director always says this, and it always makes me laugh. Our job is to basically stop children from going to the toilet for an hour. Um,
it
and
sounds
it's
like me
so
doing
true.
a show.
Yeah.
Me doing a drag show.
It's so true though, because it's their first time in a theatre. Um, and it's a strange place. And what do kids do when they don't want to be somewhere? They try and find an escape, which is normally by
Yeah.
crying or needing the toilet. Um, and I play four parts in a show. So I play Daddy, Milkman, Postman, and then the Tiger. Um,
Cool.
yeah, it's full on, lots of quick changes.
What's the
Um,
most fun part? You said you get
Wow.
to be goofy on stage. Which character is that?
Daddy, yeah, he's very silly, very playful. And also the tiger's a full kind of costume. So it's lots of miming and mute and mute like he doesn't speak or anything like that. Um, and the kids just go crazy and then they like screaming. Um, they shout back, they get involved, they get up on their feet, and we get them like doing stuff as well. Um, and we've gone international with this show, so taking it to so many different places is so interesting and being like
Mm.
some kids are really quiet and others are like I feel like I'm Beyonce coming out. They're like screaming their head off.
I
And
love
then you
that.
take it to somewhere like China, where theatre out there is like you don't speak and they're just silent the
Mm.
whole show, but so like engrossed in what you're doing. It's been interesting.
Wow.
Amazing.
So you have traveled all over then with this as well.
Yes, so we did West End at the Haymarket, which I never realised. So on during summer, a lot of the West End venues double up. So they have a children's show during the day
Mm.
and then whatever sits is resident in the theatre at the time in the evening. So we were on top of a show. It was when the sky falls at the Royal Haymarket, and our
Wow.
set would get pulled and then flown into the air, and then the other
Wow.
show would get pulled out. Like the theatre crew work man of fat, like they are round the clock, like they're insane.
Wow.
But yeah, we've done China, Singapore, and Thailand were our international venues. Um,
Wow.
Yeah, and all around China, we did like 8 weeks touring around here, there, everywhere, which was so cool. It was
Have you had
insane. Yeah.
a favorite place internationally so far?
I loved Thailand, but I went to Thailand for 10 days and stayed out there on holidays. So that's probably why. Um, but China was insane. It felt like living in a spaceship, but then it's just so varied, China. Like it's such a big place. And like one toilet is like a fountain, and the next is like a hole in the ground and a hose. And you have to like
Mm.
scan a TikTok
And they
to
can
get
be
toilet
like
paper.
a street apart, can't they? It's
Yes.
crazy to see. Yeah.
Yeah. And kind of when you're then like there, I was like, this is so weird because this feels like literally like AI future. And then the next place, I was like, where am I? Like, this
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
crazy. Um, but to go and do that and get to like travel around and see all these places and yeah, it was just amazing. Yeah, very, very cool.
Well,
Cool.
let's play a game.
Oh no.
Yes!
I didn't know there was games.
Everyone is like, what? I have to. No! I don't want to play a
We should change
game.
what they. We should say it's something different every time to see how
Yeah, we
scared we can
should
make the
do.
contest.
Yeah, exactly.
All you've got to do is very easy. Davina, you explain.
All you've got to do is name as many musical theatre songs as you can in 30 seconds.
Musical
So,
theatre songs.
yes.
Okay.
We
It's the
we had
titles.
yeah, exactly. Just the title of the song in 30 seconds. Are you ready? Because we're gonna count.
Yes.
Ready, steady, go.
Waving through a window. Doesn't it ever come just so? just be kinky boots. Everybody's talk about Jamie. Empty chairs, empty tables. Follow the Yellow Brick Road, Somewhere Over the Rainbow. Defying Gravity for Good. The Wizard and I. This is so hard. Uh, uh, I've lost it. Oh,
Done.
she's done. She's done.
10. That's okay. We
A
say if
10 is
people get
fine.
10 or more, we'll let them off. But under 10,
I
Yeah,
feel
well, I
like
don't know. You mean you're fine?
if you said to me like do the theatre or like do shows, I feel like I could have smashed that. But the songs, I was
yeah,
like trying to. Oh, it was hard.
Our first series we did the shows, and then this
yeah,
series we're doing the songs. And it's
Okay.
funny, you think you know it, and you go, "Oh my gosh, I need to go through." But
yeah.
well
Yeah,
done.
in
You
my
got
head,
10.
I was trying to get on like a track and be like, let's just list the whole show, and then I was like,
Yeah.
I can't.
You did really well with the Wizard of Oz stuff, though. Wizard of Oz into Wicked. That was really
Yeah,
great.
Yeah, I was trying
clever.
to in my head. I was trying to. It was that,
Yeah,
or I read my rep. I was like, I could just go for my rep folder, but I was like, I can't do that.
could also do that. That
Yeah,
would have been
that would have been a
fun.
good one.
So tell me then, obviously you're touring at the moment, but what would be the dream role moving forward?
Um, for me, it's so George McFly in Back to Future is just
Okay.
completely my bag, my
I
tea.
see that for you actually.
Yeah, I'm 6'5", so I'm like a giant. Um,
What?
yes,
Yeah.
That is so fat. Me too. I'm not.
Davina's Davina's eyes are lit up then.
I'm 5'10" on a good day.
And
I
had
feel like
five
that's a
nine
good
in
height.
stacks.
When I put Davina's shoes on, then I'm 6 foot something. Six
No,
foot five. Has that
yes,
been? Sorry, I'm going off of a tangent here, but I has that been a help or a hindrance, do you feel, in your career? Because I feel like anyone with extremes, sometimes
yes.
that you can't be in a casting bracket, right?
Yeah, I think that and being a baritone is definitely a curse. But no, it's it's definitely it's the US. It's a unique selling point, but it's also a down selling point. There's a lot of things I can't do because I'm just she stands out. Like you can't hide me. And even just with how shows work now in terms of like everyone swings and has to kind of be able to like work with anyone.
Yeah.
Um, so like from a dance perspective, I couldn't just like throw anyone around
No,
because gravity is a thing. Um, but when you need someone who is that extreme, there's not many of us.
that's
So
so
Yeah.
cool.
yeah, I feel like it closes a lot of doors, but then when those doors open, there's not many people out there.
Yeah.
Um, so if you need a 6'5" giant, I'm probably going to get in the room. Uh,
Let's get our
and
list
also,
of 6'5" clients out. Right, we've got
yeah,
between Aaron and
no one. Um, but yeah, I don't.
You're funny. I like it.
I feel like it can help in either way, and also I model as well, so there it helps, and it's kind of across
Yes.
different
Do you do
things.
runway stuff as well then?
Yeah, I've done a lot of runway, and then I do a lot of like hair shows and things like that.
Oh,
So
cool.
it has its uses. It's so funny. I
Yeah.
feel like I either get paid to like look gone and like really serious, or literally be a goofball and like put my eyebrows up and like walk around the stage. Like it's like there's no in between. Like it's so different. It's such different worlds. Like being like I'm gonna go do a hair show on the runway, and then the next day like I've literally got a tiger head on and I look like Mr. Bean. Like
I love that. Chameleon.
within the same week, I'm like, this is such a double life that I don't know who I am.
And who do you most relate to, Mr. Bean or the model?
Mr. Bean, Mr. Bean. Let's not get it wrong, Mr. Bean. I'm not even acting; it's just me.
Brilliant.
So, talking about working, have you got any funny backstage stories for us? Anything that's happened backstage that's just absolutely tipped you over the edge?
I mean, I feel like being on a tour bus with you for 3 months to Vienna, definitely there was a lot, wasn't there?
There were
Um,
a few moments on that tour.
we're laughing because we know what we're on about. Um,
I'm just, I can imagine, but I'm just not even going to ask.
I have a really funny onstage one, which I was like, I couldn't. I couldn't. We are. Honest, I don't know how we got through the show. I was corpsing the whole time. Um, my castmate, her wig, she didn't do a wig prep properly, so her wig was getting just looser and looser, and it was a fringe wig. So she had, as the show was going on, she was just getting bolder and bolder
Oh
to the
my.
point that then I was doing a show and I couldn't actually look at her. So she was like having conversations with me, and I was like, mm-hmm. Because the minute I looked at her, and I caught for a good 10 seconds, and she didn't really know what to do, and I was kind of going, oh, hello, you, literally corpsing. And then it got to the point that she just threw it off.
Oh,
She just on stage threw the wig and just pulled her hair out and carried on. And I honestly don't know how we got through the show.
oh, I
Oh my
love stuff like
gosh.
that. I love
Yeah,
it.
it was good. But I feel like it's so many silly moments happen, I can't even think.
Well, let me
We
ask you a bit more of a serious question then. And
okay.
I mean, you don't have to take it too seriously, but like, obviously, you've worked in different facets of the industry. And obviously,
Yes.
like you said about the height and everything. Is there anything about the industry that you would change because that's affected you or not affecting you, affecting anything that you feel strongly about changing that you think could make it better?
How long have we got? Because there's many.
This can be the last question.
Um, I think the industry's great, and I love my job, and I love everything that I do. But I do think there's a lot of things that is kind of wrong, like morally, and I think a lot of that comes with touring as well. Um, that in other fields and industries just literally would not slide. Um, and I find this mad. Like dig booking is an insane thing because you are literally sleeping in a stranger's bedroom and you don't know that person's not like DBS, they're not on, they're just anyone could host and have someone go stay in their room. And I'm like, I'm
So for the
literally leaving.
listeners, sorry, just for people who don't know, just explain how it works then. So you're on tour and you're trying to find somewhere to stay for the
Yes.
shows, and no one seems to help. Is there someone that helps you with that, or you've got to find your own place to
No, so
stay?
this where it varies. So, for example, when me and Davina did our tour together, we were in hotels, so we that was all booked and planned. Whereas
Mm,
if it's in my tour currently, I would book all my transport myself, obviously subsidized, and I would book all my accommodation myself, which also becomes like another job,
yeah.
especially on a tour this big where it's so many venues. Like there's a whole spreadsheet to it, and you have to really like when you're sometimes in four cities in one week, like that feels like a job itself. It's like what? Um, and in comparison to like some friends that are getting offered tours at the moment on more of a traditional theatre show, they might do 15 in a year. So when you're doing like 38 in 3 months, that's a lot of time on a
Yeah.
laptop. So you might look on forums as the Theatre Digs Booker, where people advertise like spare rooms that you can go and stay in for a night or two. Um, and that, yeah, it kind of blows my mind because it's basic. Like I wouldn't get in a stranger's car, but I just go and like take all my belongings and leave it in a stranger's room and then go to work and then come
Yeah.
back and sleep
I'm
in it.
surprised you don't hear more like horror stories about stuff like
There
that. Or there are.
unfortunately have been
Oh,
Yeah,
quite a lot of horror stories. Yes.
yes. Yeah, and that's kind of one thing that I'm when are you, I mean, I haven't got any horror stories from it, but I'm like, this is weird.
Oh,
Like
I
this is
do.
a bit, yeah.
I booked this place in Bradford. I booked this place in Bradford. God, it was horrific. I, it was
Oh
so
my
and
God.
you've
bad.
still got the cough.
Oh God, yeah. I
Yeah.
booked this place in Bradford for one of the tours that I'd done, and it's the room looked like fine. It looked fine, not amazing, but fine. And then when I arrived, the bed was a single bed that wasn't just a single bed, it was two mattresses on top of each other on this single bed. What is that about? The floor was bouncy because it was rotten. The
Oh,
whole of the subfloor had rotted through, and it was in the basement. The bathroom wall was covered in what I can only describe as somebody's finger painting from their own body. And this room was at the end of a corridor and downstairs, and there were bars across the window. So, were there to be a fire, I would have burned to death because there was no way for me to get out. There was only one exit. Um, and it stank. And well, also there was a crazy person who I'm sure he was very nice, but he was crazy. That he had about 100 ramekins in the shared kitchen, and he was like moving these ramekins like this, going across the table, and he went, "Do you want a coffee? Coffee? Do you want a coffee? The coffee's in the cupboard. If you want a coffee, you can have it. It's in the cupboard." And I was like, I'm going to die here. This is where my final days end, in Bradford, in this basement hovel.
So, Davina, I'm actually in Bradford in a couple of weeks. If you can send me the link, that sounds wonderful.
oh my gosh, no.
He sounds a dream.
That is so
Oh,
funny.
honestly, what a time I had. But every other time I've stayed in Bradford, it's been fine. But that was like, I booked the room and then I was like, no, I'm not staying here. So I just booked
Yeah,
another room because I was like, I can't die here as well. Come on, I can't.
we've definitely like been like in some places like, are we all okay?
Yeah.
Like you get to work, it's like, how's everyone doing?
Has everyone made it through the night in wherever they are? Oh my
Do you know what I
God.
mean? Yeah,
There
and
That's
was,
worrying.
but
it's bizarre. It is because if I worked in a corporate office, then I'd be getting expenses and a nice hotel.
yeah,
Um,
and it would be
yeah,
Sheila in HR who would sort out the accommodation and everything for you because that's not your job. Your
yeah,
job is to go on stage and do that thing. And likewise, if your job is to work as like the fund manager for something or other, then the person whose job it is that's sending you on your training course or whatever it is that you're going to, it's their job to organise it. So, and it does happen on the continent, like all through Europe. That's what
mm,
happens. America, that's what happens. China, Australia, they all do that. We are one of the only countries that do not book our accommodation for our touring casts.
and that's just for disclaimer. That's not just my company. That's across like that's
Oh,
industry. Yeah, yeah,
yeah.
that's like industry. Um, and even like when we did, I mean, this is where it's different because when we toured, all we had was the van call. So it was actually in some sense it was a bit easier because they sorted all of that. I mean, we were in travel lodges and whatever.
Yeah. I
We
mean, that
became
tour is
pros.
extraordinarily hard work because you
Yeah,
are traveling every single day. And, people go, oh, you're traveling every day and then doing 2 hours on stage. It's actually very hard work because you have to get up quite early to get to the venue. Then you're traveling quite late once you've done the venue. But this sounds kind of like a similar setup to that you're traveling every couple of days
yeah,
to
yeah.
a new.
And it's different as well because it's like you're the person with the suitcase traipsing yourself around.
Yes,
So it's
of
very different.
course.
It's That's a whole other ball game. So I think I started with a big suitcase and now I have like a traveler's rucksack. Like I've just come back
Yes.
from Thailand.
I don't need to wear a different t-shirt every day. I'm-
And you're
This
just
will
like
do.
washing every couple of, but I will never forget when we were on the thing with Davina, it was like the rota for the washing because
The
you've all got to
washing
wash
is
your clothes.
the washing is always the thing because a lot of the time, so for anybody who doesn't tour, doesn't do this stuff, it's almost impossible in the time that you've got from getting to the venue to then having to get ready and get on stage to go somewhere else to go to like a laundrette and do your washing. You have to do it in the venues. Not every venue has a washing machine and a dryer. You cannot wash your clothes if they don't have a dryer. So it means that you have to be really like strict on she's washed her clothes 4 days ago. She can't wash her clothes for another week and a half. You have to bring 2 weeks worth of clothes because otherwise you're just going to stink. Like
Yeah.
you have to bring just the right amount of clothes,
Are we
and then we
selling
have
the
to make
industry
sure we
or
decorate.
And the next question is, so what advice would you give someone coming into the industry?
That is the next question.
Should we skip that one? Thank you so much, Aaron, for your It's honestly, genuinely though, it is really, really good that we have these conversations. That's what we wanted to do when we set up
Yeah.
this podcast is say the truth and open up people's minds that maybe don't know these things. You know, I actually
Yeah.
don't, the touring that I've done is different to what you're explaining now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's really interesting to me. So I'm sure it's really interesting as well for other people.
Yeah, for sure. No, you probably didn't think we'd be talking about washing underwear and all sorts when we invited me on.
Yeah. Go on, Davina. Let's
I mean, I
do the
don't know. I'm
last
here,
game.
aren't I?
Let Aaron
Yeah.
go, shall we?
All right. So, Aaron, what we're going to do is we're going to sing a song, and then
Okay.
all you have to do is finish the next part of the song. So we'll sing the start
Okay.
of the song, and then all you've got to do is finish the song or that line.
Okay.
You don't have to finish the whole song. That would be weird. Like I'll
You've got to
sing.
finish the whole song
I'll sing
with
10
no
seconds
accompaniment.
and you sing 3.5 minutes with no accompaniment, please.
It's like, is this secretly an audition? I feel like something I'd be asked to do.
I love it. We've lost the plot today. Go on, Davina. You do
Okay.
this one.
Okay, I'm thinking. Okay, so follow the yellow brick road, follow the yellow brick road.
Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. Is that on?
Yeah!
Yeah, it's that. I was thinking of fuck off down the road.
That was the version we did.
I was like, is she doing that? Or she forgot the words again? 'Cause that's my comment.
You're not supposed to
Savage.
expose me like this.
Savage. I love it. Oh, amazing. Aaron, can you tell everyone how people can find you on social media? And then obviously, where are you going soon on tour that people can catch you to?
So, God, where are we going? Going everywhere. Next week we're in Hereford and Plymouth. That's all I know. I need to look at the schedule for that. I'm like, where am I in 2 days? I'm not quite sure. On social media, at Aaron Andrews.
Gorgeous.
Amazing.
Thank
you
you
so
so
much for your
much, my
time.
darling.
Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Cheers.
See you soon. Bye,
Lots of
baby.
love. Bye,
Love
bye, bye.
you. Bye.